Want to neutralize an artistically styled shot and eliminate unwanted color casts? It might seem impossible using traditional color correction tools, even high-end ones, but with this quick trick, you can achieve it effortlessly. Now before we dive in, take a look at a few before and after shots that have undergone the same treatment. This will give you a better idea of what you'll be learning and build some anticipation for the technique I'll share with you. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking, why would I want to remove the artistic color light treatments from these shots? And you're absolutely right. It all depends on the context and the story that you are telling. But for this demo, let's assume that you need to solve this problem and start with a clean, neutralized clip. How would you approach it? One way is to try the built-in color correction tools. Let's apply the most advanced one, which is the Lumetri Color, and open the basic correction and try our luck with the white balance. I'll sample the shirt here to try and balance the shot, and of course, now the shirt is white, but we still have a very apparent color cast from the red light across the entire video. Alright, so I'm going to try another tool that may be helpful. This is the CC Color Neutralizer effect. And this one wants you to sample the darkest one in the shot, of course the whitest one. And then let's click over here to reset the midtones. And this result arguably is much better, but still we have those light leaks on both sides of his face. Let's try it on another clip. I'll start with the Lumetri color effect, open up the basic correction, try to white balance the shot, maybe over here, doesn't do much. Let's try somewhere over here. This is doing some treatment, but not exactly what I'm after. I'll switch off the visibility and I'll try my luck again with the CC Color Neutralizer just to prove that this is something which is really difficult to fix. So I'm trying maybe over here on her skin tone, but I still have a very apparent color cast look. Different lighting, but totally not neutralized. All right, so how would you tackle it? Well, the secret is actually using Photoshop. So I'll switch to Photoshop and then I'll go to File and choose Open as Smart Object. I'll navigate to one of the video files. Let's start with this guy and click Open. Once this is opened as a smart object, let's go to the window menu and make sure to show the timeline. And over here, create a video timeline. And this is because we want to fix the entire clip, not just a single frame. Now, I'll go to the filter menu and I'll select Neural Filters. This will launch in its own workspace or interface with all the machine learning old school AI tools. And the one that we want to use is this colorize one. Now, the purpose of it is to colorize black and white photos. However, it also works with color shots. So let's switch it on, wait for a few moments, and here you go. This is the result. Amazing. Now, of course, you have some sliders if you want to play with them. My recommendation is not to touch anything here because you have better tools inside Photoshop or After Effects. In other words, this is just the starting point. What's most important is that the output will set to Smart Filter, not a new layer, which is just going to render a single frame. So make sure it is set to Smart Filter, then click OK, wait for a few moments. And now if I'll take the current time indicator, you can see that this applies to all the frames. Now, if you want to continue working here inside Photoshop, we can apply an adjustment layer. I recommend to start with the brightness and contrast. You can just click on Auto to get an automatic suggestion. And of course, you can add additional adjustments over here, or just take it back to After Effects and continue with the traditional tools. And the way to do it is to go to the File menu and then choose Export and Render Video. You can choose how you want to render the file. So you have a few options here. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll stick with H.264. I'll set the preset to high quality and you can choose a directory. So I'm just going to land it here on my desktop and click render and let Photoshop process the file. When it's finished, let's return back to After Effects. Come back to the project panel and then I'll import this file and place it on top of this video. And of course, if we want, we can apply now the Lumetri color effect, go to the basic correction, press on auto to get a better starting point and continue to add more corrections to this clip. But we have a much better starting point. We neutralize the clip. And just to show you that it's not a one-trick pony, I'll return back to Photoshop and let's do 2 extra clips. So I'll go to Open as Smart Object and I'll open up this one. Again, very challenging clip to correct. I'll click on Create Video Timeline. I'll go back to Filter, Neural Filters. The Colorize filter already switched on because this was the last one that I've used. Make sure to output it as a smart filter, click OK. And of course, as before, let's add the brightness and contrast adjustment layer over here. Of course, you can do it inside After Effects. And this is how it looks. Let's try another one. It is so fun once you know how to do it. Let's try this one, which is a very challenging shot. Again, I'll open it as a smart object, create a video timeline, go to Filter, Neural Filters, you already know the drill. Make sure Colorize is switched on. Make sure it is set to Smart Filter. Click OK. And in this case, I think the brightness contrast is really going to help us as a starting point. Maybe take the brightness even further, as well as the contrast. Totally up to you. And if you want, you can continue to add adjustment layers over here. So I can take the saturation down and compensate with a bit more vibrance, and we have a much better starting point, much more neutralized clip that we can work with. And that's it, you're all set. Who says that AI is a bad thing? It can be if it's misused, but when applied correctly, it's a game changer. Of course, this isn't a perfect final result, but it's a great starting point and a useful restoration technique when you need it. If you find this helpful and want to see more tips and tricks, check out this playlist and don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know if you want more content like this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again in the next one.